The SmallRig A7 III half cage. Probably the single best thing you could buy to add value to your Sony camera. Let's check it out. What's up everyone? I'm the Everyday Dad, and if I can figure it out, you can figure it out. So you've got yourself a brand new Sony A7 III, and you want to see yourself. Oh, and you want to get some really nice audio out of it. Oh, and you might be slightly clumsy. Not like me at all. But you can't figure out how to solve all of these problems at once, since the camera only has one hot shoe mount. Well, let me show you the solution. The half cage from SmallRig. Full disclosure up front, I love SmallRig cages, and I've been using them for almost a year now. I did reach out and ask if they'd let me check out some of their new accessories, so they did send me this cage and the pieces we'll see today. They aren't paying me for the video, but they did send me this stuff for free. Let's just get that out there first. Since the cage is a cage, let's break this video down into a few parts. First up, let's talk about the construction and the functions of this specific cage. The A7 half cage looks like a lesser cage. I've got a full-size cage and thought it would be a better companion for my camera because it's a full's always better than half, right? But this half cage has some seriously great features. The construction of this cage is unreal. It is a solidly built piece of metal that does not have any give to it at all. My favorite feature of this half cage is it's really two parts. It's the cage part, but it's also a quick release plate. And if you use cages enough, you know that once the camera is in the cage, it's really hard to get it out and attach from everything and dismount the monitor and the audio. This quick release plate means you can have the camera with all of its glorious additions attached, but then when you want to take the camera somewhere else with you, it's so easy. You just pop it out and it's free. Look at it, it's free. Something else that's nice about the quick release plate is that it also fits with standard Manfrotto tripods. It is so versatile. I just pop it out of the case and then I pop it onto my tiny travel tripod. So good. Now that we've got the small cage assembled, I'd like to talk about 3 other pieces that take this cage to the next level. First up, one of these standard second pieces to a cage is a handle. Handles give you all sorts of benefits. A couple of the big ones are, 1, it gives you an additional cold shoe mount for something like a monitor or a microphone. But another big thing is it simply lets you carry your rig around pretty easily. One of the problems when you start adding stuff to the camera is it gets hard because sometimes you lose the grip. Having that extra little bit of stability or just the ease of carrying it around, super easy. I really like this handle because it has a quick release plate. Sometimes using a screw-in handle limits you being able to take it off and get it into a camera bag. And you always got to think about those small usability features when you're considering buying accessories. The second nice ancillary accessory is this side handle. This wooden handle gives you a second spot to grab the camera while filming. Now, not only is this a second handle, but since it's farther away, it gives you a wider grip base with which to stabilize your platform. And when you're doing handheld stuff, that makes a huge difference. Okay, now let's talk about the last thing. I saved the best for last. Seriously, no kidding. This is my favorite accessory to use with a Sony cage. Let's see if we can figure out what it is before I say it. Sony's biggest weakness is they don't have a flip out screen. So using a monitor is almost mandatory, but getting a monitor in a usable spot without a lot of fiddling with it is kind of tough. What is it? Enter the swivel monitor mount with airy locating pins. It doesn't sound as cool, but seriously, this little thing is awesome. What this little mount does is it fits perfectly into the slot on the top of the cage. And once it's installed, it holds a monitor in a death grip. All the monitor has to have is a 1/4 inch mount on the bottom and it will securely lock it in there. Look at that. That monitor isn't going anywhere and you can still move it around and get it to different angles. Plus, it's so small that it doesn't get in the way and I love it. It is the single thing I enjoy most about this whole rig. It doesn't get in the way. It doesn't have any weird articulating arms. It just fits right here and my monitor is so... I'm gushing a little bit, but I like gear that just works, and this rig just works. It's small, it's high quality, it's very reasonably priced, and it's not so much that it gets in the way of the filming, and that's what matters. And that's basically cages in general. Cages are something that I think really add to a camera, especially if you need to add a few extra parts to make your camera work well, like if you use Sony cameras like me, because they continue to refuse to put a usable screen on it. Come on, Sony. The first thing I buy with a camera, sometimes at the exact same time, is a cage. And though again, SmallRig did provide me these pieces, I've been purchasing their cages with my own money in the past, and I will continue to do so well into the future. I highly recommend them if you are looking for something similar. Seriously, they make cages for all sorts of cameras, from the Sony cameras to the Panasonic cameras, APS-C cameras to DSLR cameras to cinema cameras. It's just so versatile, it's so usable. Sometimes I just like making videos gushing about stuff that I like, and this is a video of me gushing about stuff that I like. Thanks for watching.